Hi everyone, Valerie here. I wanted to talk to you today, and today we were driving down the road, my family and I, and the song came on, and it's called Even If by Mercy Me, and it reminded me about a time about a few weeks ago where I really needed this song. It was when my dad was in the hospital and he was being transferred from one hospital to another in preparation for his angioplasty. And with all procedures, there are risks involved. And when they told us about the risks, it really made me worry. It really scared me. And so when my husband was driving me to the hospital, we had to get on the freeway, and right when we were getting on the freeway, this song came on the radio. And this song is a song that I've heard before, and I even to the point where I know the words to the song, and it's a beautiful song, but at that moment is when I really needed it the most. And there's a part of the song that really, really spoke to my heart, and it comforted me. And it says, I know you're able, and I know you can, to save through the fire with your mighty hand. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. They say it only takes a little faith to move a mountain. Well, good thing, a little faith is all I have right now. But God, when you choose to leave mountains immovable, oh, give me the strength to be able to sing It Is Well With My Soul. And then it repeats the chorus again, and then there's another part where it says, you've been faithful, you've been good all my days. Jesus, I will cling to you, come what may, because I know you're able, and I know you can. And at that point, I was just like, you know what, God? My dad's life is in your hands, and if you choose to let him come out of this procedure, without any adverse effects or, anything bad that's happened, I will praise you. And even if you don't, even if he doesn't come out, I will praise you. And I just, when I heard that, I was just like, the part where it says it is well with my soul, and I had to just think on it and say, you know what, God, even if you choose to make this mountain unmovable, I will still trust you. I will still, it will still be well with my soul. And I've come to learn that God will answer some prayers the way you think he will, and he will answer prayers in a way that you wouldn't even dream that he would. And there are things in my life that I prayed for, and God didn't answer my prayer in the way that I thought he would. I prayed for years for my mom to be delivered from her mental illness and to be healed from her mental illness. And at the time she died, I didn't think that I wanted God to heal her here, is what I'm trying to say. And he didn't. He healed her, when she got to heaven. And I always am reminded of my brother telling me a few years ago, more than a few years ago, probably like 8 or 9 years ago, Val, if God will heal Mom, whether here or in heaven, he will heal her. And it's been a hard journey. It's been a hard journey with sorrow and trauma and tragedy and just a lot of unknowns. But I do know that God has always been with me throughout all of this journey that I've been on, and all this grief that I've been on. And there are times where I miss my mom so much, and I sometimes I'll get mad and be like, you know, you could have been here today. You could have been here and helped me through this. You know, last week my daughter was away from home for the first time, just down the road in another city, just like 15 minutes away. But it was really hard for me. You know, she attended a college experience, and it was like a sample of college for a week, and she was staying on campus, and it was the first time she really had been away from home, other than spending the night at her cousin's house or her grandparents' house. And so it was a really hard time for me. And I remember the first night that she was on campus, and I was laying in bed and I was crying because I missed her and I was worried about her. And I just remember wanting to talk to my mom about it and tell her, you know, is this how you felt the first time I was away from home? You know, and I couldn't. But that's when I had to reach out to God and be like, God, you need to comfort me. You need to comfort my soul, because it's hurting and it's missing my baby. And I don't know how to let go, you know. And he helped me. He really did help me. He gave me a peace. And I was able to, of course, I saw her every day. She has food allergies, so I would bring her lunch and dinner every day. But it was the night times where she was on her own and I was at home worried, you know, and God helped me through that. So I know I kind of went a little bit, I rambled and went a little bit roundabout what I'm trying to say, but I wrote this to my siblings when my dad was on the way to the hospital, and after I heard this song, and I wrote them, even if, but God, when you choose to leave mountains immovable, give me the strength to be able to sing it as well with my soul. God knows everything, and no matter what, I trust him. And that's what I'm going to have to do for my whole life. You know, in grief, out of grief, whatever situation that comes into my life. You know, a few weeks ago it was my dad in the hospital. Last week it was my daughter, you know, away from home for the first time. No matter what, I will always trust him. I will always put my hope in him. In the sorrows and the good times, you know, when I think that I can't make it through, God will always be there for me. He has always been there for me. I don't know how anybody can go through any kind of loss or sorrow without God, without hope. So I just wanted to encourage you today that, you know, sometimes you may not see beyond what's just in front of you, and that's okay. But just when you are at those moments, I encourage you to just think, you know, God, I believe that you're going to take this big mountain out from in front of me. But even if you don't, even if you choose to make that mountain stay where it is, I will still trust you, and I will still put my hope in you, because you're a good God, and you will take my sorrows and turn them into joy. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. And it's okay to feel those feelings. And also, once you're done feeling those feelings, just know that God is there, and he's ready and willing to take your burdens and your sorrows and your worries and put them on his back and give you a little rest. All right, so I will talk to you soon, and be encouraged today. Thank you.